Hello. This call is now being recorded.
Okay. So, now, what was your story, Ms. Aaron?
My story was today when I was at work, me and one of my friends got into an argument because I was telling her about Busty Life, and she got offended and said that Busty Life was just a support group, but she doesn't feel sorry for Busty women because when she was growing up, her mom was like Dolly Parton, and when she was standing next to her mom, she felt, insecure and inadequate and all that. So she doesn't, have any sympathy for women, who live a busty life. So we proceeded to talk about that.
But, that's far from being unfair because, busty women, it's not their fault that God made them over busty. So, that's just showing a big form of discrimination right there, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I kind of told her that, but, it also shows how she was concerned about the way she feels getting next to a busty woman. And I asked her, well, did your mom, did she like being busty? And she said, no, her mom even wore minimizers. So even though she's sitting here thinking about, how she feels because she's not as busty as her mom, and she feels probably a little embarrassed standing next to her mom when she was growing up, her mom at the same time was also feeling insecure, so she didn't even key in on that.
Right, because if she was wearing minimizers, obviously, she didn't want people to be attracted to. Exactly.
Yeah, she wasn't comfortable. And that's why, I like Busty Life, because it helps women like that, to where they can begin to feel comfortable. And they realize they're not alone, because what seems small to some people is big to others, Exactly. Here she thought this issue of being busty is a small issue, so she, so it's something to be laughed at, but at the same time, her mom's really dealing with this everyday life experience,
Exactly, because definitely I can say that, just from a man's point of view, when you look at a busty woman, they get way more attention than a slim woman by default, so that means they have default obstacles a slim-chested woman or let's just say a busty woman would never have.
Right. Well, I had to end our conversation because I was getting so upset. I couldn't believe what she was saying, I was telling her that she should check out the site, because she's a good size, but then she just brought up all this stuff about her mom and how, that just brings back bad memories for her, growing up and standing next to her mom.
Right, and you know what, honestly, I think that would actually even help her, too, because inside, the Busty Life magazine, she would actually be able to actually read nothing but real-life stories on how busty women are actually treated through our daily life. You know what I mean? Even if a person don't like a busty woman, once they start reading the magazine articles and see how busty women are actually portrayed and they actually impact day-to-day life and see the struggles that they go through, I think they'll be a lot more sympathetic and open to the busty lifestyle because, once again, it's not fair to the woman. You know what I mean?
Right.
And busty women definitely say, oh, I want to be big and busty. No, they grew to be big and busty,
Right. It helped her understand, her mom more, and so now as a grown woman standing next to her mom, maybe she still won't have that same insecure feeling that she has. And it was sad because her being her daughter, here she is feeling embarrassed and not even realizing her mom, this isn't something her mom planned for, That's just how she was created, to be a busty woman, and she's ready and secure, and here her daughter is next to her feeling insecure too just because her mom is living a busty life. Not by choice, but by, the way she's created. That's too bad.
Wow.
That's sad that people actually think that way and think that it's something so, small or not important, or that there shouldn't even be a support group, because basically what she was saying.
Right, but you know what? There's support groups for everything else in this world.
For everything.
It's sad that there has not been a support group for these women because, now, it's like you have a natural busted women, then you have women that pay to get it done. The women that pay to get it done, they're like happy to be over.
Oh yeah.
You know,
they find themselves, you know.
Yeah, you know, and the women that are not, that grew that way naturally, you know, because of, you know, people that don't understand, they want to basically put them down and talk, and really talk bad about them. I just don't think that's cool, you know. And of course, they don't think it's cool, but at the same time, they don't have an outlet like Busty Life to go ahead and communicate to others that are busty just like them and admirers to say, you know what, you're busty, you need to be proud of that. Don't worry about what they're saying, because you know what, you're beautiful. Go on about your day. Be proud to be busty. Be proud of who you are, because other people want to be like you.
You make a very good point.
Yeah, so.
There needs to be a group, and I'm so glad that there is one. And I hope more women will really get to plug into it, because I think that that'll help them and those who are in the family of, you know, like her, for instance. This would really benefit her, you know, if she would just lay down that insecurity that obviously she still carries.
Yeah, it's like really, really sad. And, you know, like another thing too, you know, I mean, did she even take into account how her father felt about her mother being busty? How her father actually had to go through his day-to-day life knowing that his wife was busty like that, you know, because I'm sure there had to be a lot of security issues that he had to factor in for his loved one on a day-to-day life. You know what I mean? And I was quite sure she didn't even say to him that, you know.
Oh, no. I'm sure she didn't think about that. She was just thinking about the way she feels standing next to her mom. And because of that feeling, you know, she, you know, would not sign on and check it out, which I was encouraging her to.
Yeah, well.
Her loss.
You know, hopefully Busty Life will do what it's supposed to do and go ahead and reach out to these busty ladies that are looking for that support, or just looking to go ahead and celebrate their Busty Life, because they just need to be proud of who they are. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you get on to work, and I'll be talking at you later.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thanks
Bye.
so much. Bye.